Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, even at a time when I'm recording this video, I'm not able to realize that is it actually happening for real or I'm dreaming. That the topic of this video is about the US president and the world's richest person fighting like two bros or two teenagers who did not get along well and they have now broken up. So yes guys, I'm very much sure that you would have read that news, you have come across that news that it happened on May 29th only when Elon Musk officially announced parting ways from the Doge department and from the US president's administration. But after that on May 3rd, the first revelation happened when Elon Musk dropped some accusation and his discontent over this newly announced the big beautiful bill. And afterwards, like yesterday only, on June 6th, there was a very fierce kind of exchange of words between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. So guys, in this video we will try to look at that all that threats which has been given on both the sides after displaying that brotherhood and that bohemia. So what exactly is awaiting or what exactly is going to be coming out? So guys, just because as you know that politics is not my forte, it's just like that, just to give you a presentation of in which way planets are going to be exerting their influence, what all we have to be psychologically, mentally prepared when the revelation will happen. So I just give you a background, a small short foundation, and then we will shift our discussion to the astrological alignments and the contribution. And guys, let me be very honest with you, I love America, I love Americans, I love Donald Trump, and how could you not like Elon Musk if you are a very futuristic and tech and environment friendly person. So I like personally all these people who are involved in this discussion, so I'm not gonna be sharing any of my opinion. That is not what my forte is. Just before coming to the astrological analysis, for all of my those audience who do not know much about it, let me give you a quick summary of it. So guys, we all know this thing that like at a time when Donald Trump and Kamala Harris was going very close in their this candidature for the presidential seat. So Elon Musk was one of the billionaire who came out and showed his support to Donald Trump very publicly. Now it has been, now they both are exchanging words like, okay, like Donald Trump is saying that you were getting benefited because of all the government subsidies and now you're not being grateful for that. On the other hand, like Elon Musk is saying this thing that you would not have become the president had I not supported you. So personally speaking, what I feel is that like Elon Musk has got much more weightage in his claim for this thing. Second thing is that guys, beyond any doubt, like this whole fallout happened because initially when Elon Musk was made the head of that Doge department of government efficiency, like why to go very far, like the way he was conducting, and there was that time when he even made many senior federal government employee, he also offended them as well when this circular used to go to all these senior designatory people that you have to write kind of a monthly report and prove that are you justifying your designation, your salary or not. But one thing is for sure that Elon Musk was actually justifying his work at a cost of when people were also not very happy, and the fury, public fury came and it started affecting Elon Musk's own business empire as well. So now guys, cutting it short, now this so-called proclaimed by Donald Trump, this bill, like big beautiful bill, over where like, see, the thing is, I'm not surprised because he is doing exactly what he promised, that there's going to be massive tax cut and there's going to be much more benefits and the government will earn more from the tariffs. Now over and above that, obviously like from the Elon Musk perspective, anyone would be offended that you made me responsible for cutting down the spendings and make the government bodies more productive, efficient, profitable, and on the other hand you are just like giving all these freebies and cutting down on taxes and being very generous with all the freebies which you're giving to the public. So there was supposed to be a fallout between both of these two entities like Donald Trump and Elon Musk, but this whole discussion took a very nasty turn when Elon Musk went to this extent that, first of all, like before that, like when Donald Trump said this thing that, okay, you're very much concerned about making the government profitable and saving us billions of the money, so why shall we not cut down and decommission all of the subsidies and the grants which we have been giving to your businesses? So to which, like, then obviously he also gave a befitting reply about this Dragon spacecraft, which in a way Elon Musk's company like Starlink and like SpaceX is in a way helping the NASA and helping the American government and all. So now cutting it short, the last tweet which went viral is that where this Elon Musk said that this Jeffrey Epstein files are still hidden, where like there is some dark secrets which the Donald Trump is hiding, and after that like he just gave this notion and which actually became the headline in majority of the publication, in the news publication. So after this point, guys, now we will start our discussion. So guys, if you remember, like always give attention to the timelines, because I'm a kind of person, more than the planetary alignments and the conjunction, I always give attention to the omens, because initially the first thing which came to my mind that just because this might be a media planned kind of controversy, just for because people have not been very happy because of the Bohemia and the brotherhood of the Donald Trump and the Elon Musk. So they are just the PR team is manipulating this so that to show that now Elon Musk has completely washed away his hand from the political affairs, from the government affairs. But just because Mars was supposed to get conjunct with Ketu on June 6th, and it happened right at that time only. So that gave me this notion that okay, it does not look like to be a PR planned kind of marketing gimmick. That's the first thing. Second thing is that, guys, just because the kind of ugly turn this whole exchange took place. Now what is happening is that we know this thing that the month of the June and July in any case is very sensitive. Like if you know a little bit about the astrology, it's not very complicated to predict or foresee this thing. Mars and Ketu getting conjunct in the Leo sign in opposition, like right 8th from it is Saturn, which is transiting in the Pisces sign. It is very tightly conjunct with the Neptune, and very soon this exchange of the nakshatra of the Jupiter and the Rahu as well. So all of that is giving this indication that especially till the time Mars is going to be from June 6th like till July 27th, it's going to be in any case very sensitive. Now guys, what is happening is that right amidst all of that, because right now all the politicians and all the news journalists, they all have started like calculating things, like doing the analysis that what could happen. But just because over here people like you and me, all the astrologers, astrology enthusiasts, we have that edge that we can foresee things in terms of giving attention to that in which way planets are governing. So guys, you know this thing that see what's the difference between the new moon and the full moon, especially when it comes down to the mundane astrology point of view, because I still see myself as a student of astrology only, but somehow I have got very strong interest in the mundane events. I do a lot of research and study over there. So generally what I have seen is that new moon tend to remain a time of the scandal, when the scandal break out, and the revelation generally happens and people get exposed at a time when there is the energy of the full moon. Now here I'm not talking about from your personal spiritual austerity point of view. Here I'm talking more from the point of view of the mundane and the global events. So now what is happening is that amidst all that chaos which the planets have already created, amidst all of that, on like June 11th, this Purnima or the full moon is going to be of the Jyeshtha. So guys, like imagine like it is going to be taking place in the Scorpio, when moon is going to be in the Scorpio and it is going to be in the Jyeshtha nakshatra. And opposite to it is going to be Sun, which is going to be in the Taurus sign. So now guys, over here if you will pay attention in the United States chart, or even in the Donald Trump's chart as well, so the Taurus energy falls in the 10th house, and the Scorpio energy falls in the 4th house. So just because Moon is going to be transiting in the Scorpio, and when we talk about the Jyeshtha, Jyeshtha has got more to do with the seniority. Like this is going to be the time when people who is in the helm of the power, so some sort of dark secrets could get revealed. So it's getting very strongly accentuated and marked during this time. So had I not seen this thing coming, like just because I knew this thing that these 2 months are going to be sensitive, like everyone is talking about that, Ukraine, they bombed those planes of the Russia, and attack on that Crimea and Russia connecting bridge as well. But again, when we talk about Putin, he is a very difficult man to read. Now how they are going to be retaliating, so these 2 months are very sensitive. All those areas which are already in a war torn or in a war kind of scenario and situation, so these 2 months in any case going to be very, very sensitive. Now just because guys the thing is, but especially if I were to say from the point of view of this ongoing situation taking place between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, so if I were to highlight the days which are going to be very sensitive, we still have to wait when Saturn is going to be turning retrograde amidst all of that, and that day is not, that ain't far, like in the month of the July only that is going to be taking place. But in the month of the June guys, this can actually, we can see Donald Trump has got a very sensationalized kind of personality. I will not say controversial, because had it been controversial he would not have made it till this point. I would say sensationalized kind of personality, and this is going to be the time when whatever Elon Musk is saying, so this Purnima, the Jyeshtha Purnima, can bring it out. Now guys, the way if you have to see, and if you are a serious astrology enthusiast, you pay attention like the way I pay attention. I'm all the time observant whatever is happening around me. So see, when we talk about the case of the Donald Trump or the chart of the America, the way a lot of the decision which Donald Trump is taking, we cannot say it as that it is coming from a place of lack of experience or something. It's just like that. I always say that whenever Ketu is transiting in the first house of a country's chart, or in the chart of the ruler of that country, the president of that country, we say this thing that somehow it's the nature only, or those kind of things and events a countryman or a ruler has to go through, or they take those decisions where you do not have much of the free will. It's just like that, the nature. Like the way, for example guys, sometimes when someone who has incurred losses in the business, generally it can be attributed to two things. This could be a human lack of judgment, this could be wrong judgment, wrong management, or this could be you started a business, some pandemic happened, some natural calamity happened, and because of that some unforeseen forces, you have to bear the brunt of the losses. So that is what the second is, the category which Ketu brings. Like the way, for example, Trump has been taking many decisions. This could be barring all the students in the Harvard University, that he has been proclaiming, the Trump administration has been proclaiming that those Chinese students, some of the students have got connection with the Chinese Communist Party, and some sort of all the Gaza anti-Jewish protest which has been happening over there to stop it and all. So I mean to say, but the way the whole economy is happening, and again guys, it is coming in from Elon Musk. Had it been someone who does not have much of the or imbecile kind of experience, it would have been other ways. But now the way Elon Musk has been saying this thing, this a big beautiful bill, it has already been cleared from the House of the Commons. Now it will go to the Senate in the month of the July, and an experienced person like Elon Musk, if he is saying this thing that it's going to be bringing heavy recession, all these kind of freebies and tax cut and spoiling the terms with the with the allied countries, it's going to be creating a lot of the disruption. And again guys, look at it in this way. Like I still remember there's a very chief strategist, most respected strategist in Indian history, Chanakya. He used to say that a king who has only the yes man around him, so it's not a very good sign for the country's fate, because you need to have someone around you in your circle who will be correcting you if you're going wrong. So I mean to say, Elon Musk could have been that kind of person with a very fair advice, but now he has also parted his ways, because obviously no one wants to be the scapegoat when the actually blunder happen and the blame game starts happening. Like in the Twitter, there has been those memes going on that Vivek Ramaswamy was saved, and now everyone is saying that whether Mark Zuckerberg will take the fall, will he join next, will he replace the Elon Musk? So yes guys, all what I'm trying to say over here is that if we talk about the way things are happening, like even when we talk about like Donald Trump's attempt to counter China, so the way they are still going with a steady growth, but the way things are happening in the amidst the Trump administration's judgment, erratic decision making, it might making the economy go through many ups and downs. That is what many strategists and economists have been predicting, that all these tariffs are gonna brunt their own hands first. Afterwards, it's gonna create a kind of a snowball effect around the globe. And guys, after that, like we also have to study the chart of the Elon Musk as well. So guys, if you will pay attention to the Elon Musk's chart, like lot many of the astrologers take his chart and study it or connect it with the Virgo rising. So I mean to say guys, if he is Virgo rising, Elon Musk is Virgo rising with like Rahu and Mars. Like see, we all know this thing based on his date of birth, that is for sure that you will find Rahu and Mars to be conjunct in the Capricorn only. But everything comes down to the calculating and connecting this person with the right ascendant. So I had a word with and I discussed with other fellow astrologers as well. So a lot of them take his ascendant as the Virgo. So I mean to say, if you will give attention, so like the Leo sign where this Mars and Ketu conjunction is happening, it is falling in his 12th house. Based on this chart and on his date of birth, he has got a Leo moon. So I mean to say, so his moon is in the Leo, it's in the 12th house, and we know this thing that like all that which Mars and Ketu is going to be doing right now, it is going to be impacting his 12th house. So like very powerful kind of enemies plotting things behind your back. Now guys, there has been that trend going on in the Twitter as well. So like even Elon Musk asked that how many of the like you people want me to like have my own political party. Now is the time for that, for which 80% people voted. And now like lot many people has been saying that if like Elon Musk, something happened to Elon Musk in some mysterious circumstances, we all know which side to point finger. So I mean to say guys, yes. And again guys, I do not want to even connect the running dasha as well, because based on this chart, he is in the Rahu Mahadasha, which in a way makes sense because his major growth happened in this Rahu Dasha period only. And as per the calculation, he is in the Rahu Mahadasha, which is there in the 5th house, and the sub period Antardasha is of the moon, which is there in the 12th house, which is hosting Mars and Ketu. So yes guys, that is what the beauty of the astrology is guys, that everything get aligned. And the way I have been talking about that when Mars and Ketu will get conjunct, this is going to be triggering many events. So one of the bomb which everyone was expecting, it was dropped by Elon Musk on that Jeffrey Epstein files and accusation. And now as we are heading towards this Jesht Purnima on June 11th, so yes, we all have to be geared up that what kind of revelation will happen, because I'm very much sure that out of these 2 chaotic months, as per the astrology analysis and calculation, we will not take into consideration the Saturn's retrograde, but I would say that this Purnima full moon is going to be something to watch out for. So yes guys, my system is still malfunctioning and I'm amidst multiple things, so I might not be able to edit this video, put effects and sounds. My sincere apologies. So it was just a kind of a discussion which I wanted to talk about, because lately I have not been putting out lot many videos, but yeah, I've been reading a lot about whatever this fight is happening, and I could foresee that what is coming next. So I just wanted to share that through this short format video. So yes guys, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.